Hi everyone, let me show you how I maintain the health of my Hoyas during excessive raining periods, and I will try to show this to you as fast as I can. It has rained today morning also. You can see how wet the floor is. I am going to keep any fungal, bacterial, viral or pest infestations, infections at bay. You can see how clear the water is and how many times this plant must have got flushed from the rain. Rain has some amount of minerals, but when it continuously rains, it takes away or flushes away all the nutrients that are held in the roots and in the media also. This is a time that we have to combat any infections or infestations, as well as give in extra nutrients because the plants are depleted. I will not be adding or keeping my cow pots back. These have been emptied earlier in the morning. Then only I got the idea to do the video. However, since I'm holding the phone, filming this with one hand, I will not remove them again. I will empty the reservoirs. These are built-in reservoirs, and there is algae formation in all these transparent pots, which is okay as long as your Hoya, this is my Hoya lambii, is growing very, very well. I'm not gonna disturb it. Sometimes when you disturb your plant just to get rid of the algae formation by repotting into clean media and clean pot, you might delay the progress of its growth. Unlike opaque pots like this, algae formation is a common thing, especially since I'm growing outside in the first floor of my balcony. I will go around and check if everything has been emptied, and this is the dishwash I will be using today. It's commonly available in Sri Lanka. This is the margosa or neem oil, which comes in small bottles since it's very concentrated, and I will be using 2 teaspoons each of this for my 2-liter spray bottle. It's time to spray from top to bottom and bottom to top. However, you may think it's necessary. I would prefer to spray to the underside of the leaves also, but since my Hoya vines are trellised to the railing, I'm finding it so difficult. If you can turn your pot around, please do so and try to get to all the nooks and crevices that you will not be touching from one angle. The cow pots, as you saw, will remain where they are because I need these pots to drain and dry off for 2 days until I get to my next step, which will be fertilizing. For this, I will use a high phosphorus fertilizer, which is a 10-52-10, enabling healthy root growth as well as overall health of the plant. To give more magnesium during this rainy season to my Hoyas, I will add a few crystals of Epsom salt, and both of these I will make sure will be diluted thoroughly before I spray. You can also add some warm water if you want to dilute this very quickly. But before spraying, make sure that the solution is in room temperature or lukewarm. So I will reiterate that I have added only half of the fertilizer strength that is required by the bottle with a bit of Epsom salt. If some element is excessive during a period of time, as an example, rain being excessive right now, I will focus on the root health of my Hoya. As I will be spraying this today, in another 5 days, I would spray another fertilizer. That is a high nitrogen fertilizer, which is a 30-10-10, that in my opinion enables very good leaf health of your Hoya. And until the rainy season is over, I will be alternating between these two fertilizers every 5 days and get back to the balanced fertilizer when the climate becomes tropical again. Let's get the cow pots back in place, and this is the time to start your fertilization. I will be spraying this fertilizer into the media and filling it only quarter of the height of the cow pot. I will tell you why in a few seconds, but see how small of an amount I spray onto the coco peat pots. This is because coco peat or coco husk being organic, they hold all of what we give, the nutrients, freely around the roots for a longer period of time. So you need not spray a lot of fertilizer like you would fill in a reservoir of a semihydro setup. Let me tell you why I only fill quarter of the reservoir. What if it rains tomorrow? And what happens in another 5 days when I spray the next fertilizer, and due to all these gloomy and rainy days that the reservoirs are still full? Since I need my Hoyas to simultaneously focus on root growth as well as leaf growth, and at a time of rain, a balanced fertilizer is not the safest option when it comes to eliminating any risks of pest, fungal, bacterial or viral attacks. And finally, to avoid a spillage and wastage of fertilizer because of rain, I would only fill the reservoirs a quarter way up. If I put the pots to the wall side, the plants will be safe from getting flushed by the rain, and more drying will be enabled around the leaves and the stems due to the airflow, which again reduces the risks of bacterial, fungal, viral or pest attacks. If I summarized what I presented to you today, during heavy rain, I will empty all the reservoirs and give it a good neem oil and dishwash, spray and a soak. Once all the medicinal qualities have been absorbed and the pot has drained further, I will put them back into their cover pots and give them a high phosphorus fertilizer to enable healthy root growth. I will avoid rain falling onto the pots, and in another 5 days I will give it a high nitrogen fertilization to enable healthy leaf growth. Alternating between these two fertilizers, I will keep on spraying until the rainy season is over and the tropical season hits again. That is the time I will go back to my balanced fertilizer, which can be an 18-18-18, 1-1-1 or 20-20-20, and I will weekly fertilize the plants, but I will only give Epsom salt and the neem oil solution once a month. In my opinion, it's easy if you can get your Hoyas, or rather epiphytes, including orchids, with your natural elements. That is the conditions surrounding your home. Once you get the hang of it, the hang of growing them, fertilizing them, and maintaining them, sometimes you can just ignore them and let them grow on their own, which they will do because you have helped them to get used to the surroundings in your home and around your home. I will end my video now, and I hope I've given something for you guys to tweak and think about. If you have questions, please do drop a comment. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up. You can share my video and subscribe. Thank you very much for watching. I highly appreciate it wherever in the world you are. I hope you guys are doing well and you guys are safe. I love you all. Bye bye.